This is Brenny Larson. It is Feng Shui Friday, where you get to come and get free live interviews and training. Today is Arbor Day. It is Friday, April 28th of 2017. Being a wood element, this is one of my favorite days. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So it's Arbor Day, and I'm Brenny Larson, and I'm the founder and host of this weekly live webinar. I do it on Facebook Live, as you can see, and also if you go under events, under Momentum U on the Facebook page, you'll find the link to show up live and be able to talk to me and get your questions answered, where you can raise your hand. So thanks everybody who's showing up on Facebook. I appreciate this. Please share this out. This is just some free information. The longest these sessions go are 30 to 45 minutes. I'm shooting more for like 20 because everybody's super busy. Hey, Stuart, awesome to see you. Got another free training here. I think what I'm actually going to do is take you to Facebook really quick and show you where the Momentum U page is if you're not on it right now. So you can always find the events. So I'm going to our Momentum U page. On the left-hand side, it says events, and I'm clicking on that. And you will be able to see right here all the upcoming events. Arbor Day, planting wealth with intention. So if you click on that, what it does is it takes you to the event page with all the call-in information. You can click on the Zoom link here, copy and paste it. You know, Facebook, sometimes it's clickable, sometimes it's not. And there's all kinds of call-in information in here also. Okay, but let's get cracking here. It's a beautiful day, and we have lots to do because we're going to plant some trees. So the April theme is Earth Day and Arbor Day. And today is Arbor Day. Last week was Earth Day. James J. did a fantastic training for you on Earth Day and Feng Shui. And today I am going to be going through Arbor Day. Now, Momentum U, in case you don't know what it is, I am the founder of Momentum U, and it's a hub for training. There's 4 of us mentors: Josette Diaz, Marie Claire Rodriguez, Vasi Huntales, and Brenny Larson. And we teach as a team, and we bring in experts for you. So let's get going on this class today. Please put your questions in if you have questions at all. This training will be up on the Feng Shui Friday page. And that's exactly what this looks like. As soon as I'm completed, I will put the webinar up. You can go there and get the show guide for today. And there's all types of specials I'm doing weekly. And I'm not going to go through that right now because I want to get to this fun, free training. So if you don't know me at all, that's me. And I change my hair color all the time. So that would be winter and fall. And now it's springtime, so it's blonde. But I've been certified in Black Sack for 17 years. And I am a super duper 5-element enthusiast. I have spent hours and hours studying the I Ching and the 5 elements, and done hours and hours of training that's free on YouTube and on my website. I just love teaching how to stay healthy with the seasons and the elements. So right now, it's springtime. It's a wood element. That's your liver. And it's all about planting the seeds for springtime, because as we water those, then in the winter, in the summer, everything explodes. Hey, Ann, good to see you pop on here. Got some free quick training Feng Shui Friday. If there's anybody you want me to interview, if there's any information or training you want, guys, comment on the Facebook page, put the comment in here. And next week is Katie Weber, and it's going to be really fun. It's going to be Cinco Elementos, 5 elements in Cinco de Mayo. Okay, anyway, so I am a wood element, and I'm the thunder trigram, so this is ideal for me where I live and teaching this information. So let me get going here. Okay, so what is Arbor Day and how did it all start? The first Arbor Day took place April 10th of 1872. I'm finding so many really cool things started happening in the late 1800s. You know, that's when James and I were talking about Earth Day also, late 1800s. Now, this happened in Nebraska. This is the brainchild of Julius Sterling Morton. And he was just a Nebraska journalist and had some political stuff going on there. He was originally from Michigan, but you know, he also served President Grover Cleveland as Secretary of Agriculture. But he felt Nebraska's landscape and economy could benefit from a wide-scale planting of trees back then. So he personally began planting these orchards and shade trees and various windbreaks on his own farm. And then he suggested his neighbors do this also. And when he became a member of the State Board of Agriculture, he proposed that they put a special day set aside just to plant trees and to increase the awareness of trees. Guys, lungs of the planet, very important. So Nebraska had its first Arbor Day, and they planted more than 1 million trees. Wow, that's a lot. And then the second Arbor Day, which was in 1884, and in actually 1885, they named, you know, April 22nd was Morton's birthday, and that's when it legally became a holiday. So that's kind of a nice way to honor somebody. So years after this first Arbor Day, which was in Nebraska, then all of a sudden it took off. Nebraska, then it was Kansas, Tennessee, and hello, Minnesota, land of lakes and trees. We were right in there at the beginning. And Ohio. They all proclaimed their own Arbor Days. So there's 50 states that celebrate it. And look at this, guys. I wanted to put in how many people around the world, countries around the world, have created their own type of Arbor Day. And it started in 1970 when President Richard Nixon proclaimed that the last day of Friday in April was National Arbor Day. You know, it's all about planting a tree. So you can see Japan, you can see that Korea, the New Year's Day of Trees, Greening Week. They all have some kind of really cool names. I like the National Festival of Tree Planting in India. That's nice. So this is just a perfect example, guys. If you get an idea to go out there and make a difference in the world. He had one idea, and then he did it at his farm in Nebraska, and it took off. And, you know, all of a sudden, 100 and some years later, it's around the world, and it's completely impacted everybody for the good. So, you know, just an example, take a little action. I am an action coach, so I'm always going to suggest you take a little action because you got to have movement. Everything in the universe is movement. Okay, so let me back this up a bit so you can see it on, like, there you go. Oh, not quite. So I'm actually recording on Zoom and live streaming on Facebook. So I get a really clean, clear recording that I will also upload, like I said, to this Feng Shui Friday page. It'll go right in here. And then these are clickable links if you want to look at specials that I've put up. We'll talk about that later quickly. Okay, so homeowners, what do you want to do? Go walk your property. First, get outside and relax and enjoy nature. Something we do not do enough. Hey, Linus, there's my buddy. So I walked my property, and what I found happened to me was when I was inspecting it, I own about 2 acres, is I'm really glad I went out there. This is what my inspection told me. It told my property had some fungus that was growing on several of my chokecherry trees. I had seen it on one chokecherry tree and trimmed that all up and got rid of it last year. Then this year I looked out and I have to cut down a whole tree, which is a little disturbing. And then I saw a couple little spots around my property, and I'm going to take care of that right away because we love chokecherry jelly and chokecherry wine and chokecherry syrup, and I have tons of chokecherries on my property. So walk your property. Look for things that need to be cut down, piles that you can make of branches so that you can burn them. You know, take a look at your property. When's the last time you walked it? Me, personally, I'm out there as often as I can. I actually have a little bike trail I created, an obstacle course, because I refuse to grow up. So every year I plant a few more trees, and what I've started is my mom and dad helped me plant 100 trees on an Arbor Day when I first bought my property, and it's becoming my fence line around my property. And I'm planting pine trees because they're green all year long, so that I don't have to see the road and I don't have to see my neighbors. These trees are now like 20 feet tall. So you can get little seedlings, at least in Minnesota, from the Soil and Water Division. They have sales where you can get them like 50 cents a plant, or a lot of times like on Arbor Day, they may be giving them away. Got to check out your area and see what's going on. Go to the nurseries. They for sure will have some specials. So think about what kind of trees that you may want to plant right now to improve your property and provide a wind and heat protection. What else can we do? Well, I briefly just discussed about take a trip to your local nursery and see what's available and get ideas. Guarantee you they know Arbor Day and where there's specials on trees. They're probably having specials themselves, but that's really a great place to go hook up with other people that love plants and trees. Walk around your neighborhood. See if there's any areas where trees can be planted, or if there's some maintenance that needs to be done. You know, when you get groups of people together, we can accomplish so much in a very short period of time. It's much easier and it's fun. Then you get to hang out with others. This would be something really fun to do with your kids or your family. So you're making a positive impact on the world. You're spending time with your family, and you're making a difference. And plant a tree. And if you don't know what kind of trees to plant, let me see, where'd the little guidebook go I had? Somewhere in this guide is a guidebook of all the trees that you can plant per state. Minnesota is the red pine. That is the tree to plant on Arbor Day. You can plant any tree you want, but that's the one that they chose. So maybe we have a little bit of extra, we need some more red pine. So here's the exercise to do. I like to give you things to do is go walk your property, walk your neighborhood, and plant a tree. Now make a note and commit to do this each year, because it's something fun, it's something simple, and it's having a huge impact on our planet. Just for showing up, guys, I'm giving you this bonus guide. This is actually a class I teach. I've taught it local many, many times and online. It's Garden Feng Shui, and in there is some really cool stuff. In this guide, you're just going to click here, and then it's going to take you to the guide, which looks like this. And what's awesome about it is it tells you all about these different plants. I go through completely. It's really packed with information. It's like 15 pages, and that's a bonus just for popping into this live stream. Oh, come on, guys. Now you're going to make me go find it again. All righty, so let's get down here. Okay. Okay, we want you to walk in nature. Guys, don't you just love how the universe moves things around? I just corrected this PDF so it looked good. Okay, we talked about this last week a lot, but what makes you feel relaxed and calm? Do you like the looks of this? This makes me super happy because I'm a wood element. Guys, go lay down or sit on and look up at the sky. People look down all the time and they never look up and just immense and immerse themselves in nature. I mean, I can just feel the fresh air and listening to the birds. Get out in nature and soak it up. It's called forest bathing in Japan, where it's actually a walking meditation they do. And here, you can do it with friends and loved ones. You can click here and it'll tell you the 5 benefits of walking in nature. All I have to know is it calms me down and makes me feel good. So I want to talk a little bit about Feng Shui. And what does Arbor Day have to do with Feng Shui? Well, let's talk about the wood element. So what I did is I put some links in here to free training, because I've done a ton of free training. So this one here says Minghua in the wood element. You just click on that and you can register for this free training. And this is 3-part webcast with all kinds of guides. It helps you calculate your Minghua. What that is, that's your personal trigram. That's how I know what element I am. I'm a wood element. Okay, and what does that do? That tells me it's springtime is a wood element, and a wood element, our energy is our emotion is anger. So we easily get angry if we're out of balance. How can I tell if I'm out of balance? Well, what does dry wood do? If I don't have enough water, I snap. But if you have too much water with the wood element, then people can push you around and push you over. It's springtime, and also the morning would be the time of the wood element. This is great information. So then I go through the 5 archetypes, which are what? Water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. So you can find out what your element is and how you work with other elements and help. So we're talking about the wood element. And things to do for the wood element is like Tai Chi. Think of a tree and how it sways in the wind. Well, movement. Some people want Qigong or Tai Chi. I personally like Tai Chi myself. I've done it for 30 years. And foods. Eat green foods. You want to eat like broccoli and lettuce, the things that are green. That's what we want to feed ourselves in the springtime. And so what I want to do is gift you with this free training, and I'm not going to take this down. This will stay up for a while because it's a 3-part training. All you gotta do is put your name in here. Let me make sure I didn't test it because we've been moving lots of our websites, updating and moving around. I want to make sure it works. Yes, it does. Okay, so here is what it looks like once you register, guys. There is your number 1 video, and then over here, this is a handout, this is a handout, and then you can follow us on Facebook for Feng Shui. There is your 2nd video, and as you can see, it's talking about the wood element right here. These are all 5 elements. This tells you the 5 archetypes and gives you the wood element traits, and it's that recording there. I go on Periscope a lot. You can follow me there and go watch hundreds of hours of free training. And then right here is the 3rd video, which is the organ network, and also talks about the 5 elements, emotions, and all that. On that training also there, if you're interested, when I went and checked this page out today, you can still sign up. This is a customized Feng Shui course if you want to know more information. But what I want to offer to you are some free trainings. And then if you want more stuff, you want to follow me, you want to follow James, you want to get on some Feng Shui stuff, rock on and awesome. We would love to have you as part of our team, part of our students, part of our movement. Let me see if I can shrink this down a bit so you can see it better. I guess it's not playing friendly right now. Okay, anyway, so I do this live on Fridays. Arbor Day is about wealth and intention in the wood element. Why do I say wealth? Because the sectors of the wood element are family and wealth and all good blessings and abundance. So by planting a tree in your wealth area and putting your intention that as the tree grows, your wealth grows, that's Feng Shui, people. And if you don't understand where the wealth area is, it is if you're standing looking in your property, is the far left corner of the tic-tac-toe grid. All this information is in that free training I go through, and you can always send me a message, post in my Facebook group pages, follow us on Momentum U, make comments here. I'm very approachable and I give tons of free information. So what I did leave up here is free training on exterior Feng Shui, because that's a perfect time. We're in Minnesota, and yeah, it snowed. My birthday was on Wednesday. It snowed. Welcome, snow. But now the sun is shining, and we get excited because we can't wait for spring cleaning, because dark days, long winter days. So you can click on this and watch free training. It's about 30 minutes. And then if you're interested, we got a 50% sale on that for a week. Once again, here's some free crystal grid training. And what that's about is understanding how to use the crystals of the earth for blocking EMF fields and for changing the frequencies. If you're interested, you can take a look at our Feng Shui University. We meet once a month live. Here's the Minghua training. And then if you're interested in crystals and Feng Shui, you'd want to click on that. This is the Feng Shui Friday page. And the link for that is just momentumu.online. Well, what happened to that? It just disappeared. It's momentumu.online/FSF for Feng Shui Friday, and that's in our Facebook group also. So this is where you're going to click on and get the Arbor guide I just went through. And I talk a little bit about other things. There's some other sales. If you missed last week's training with James, you can watch it here. You just click on this. It's also on YouTube if you want to watch it there. And above that is the guide from last week. Okay, guys, we got a lot going on right now, so I just wanted to do a really quick, short training. Go out there and watch that free training, and then I will follow up more with you on your questions, because there's a lot going on when you're talking about the wood element. Find out what the tree is for your state and plant it. Download this guide. Follow us on Feng Shui Fridays. Next week is Katie Weber with Cinco de Mayo, and Cinco is 5, and we're going to go Cinco Elementos, the 5 elements, and Cinco de Mayo. It's different ways to find out how the 5 elements work in your life. Once again, the recording will be up shortly. Here's lots of free training. Get your guide right here. Hey, peace and love, Joe. Good to see you, buddy. It's a Minnesotan right there. It's Arbor Day. Go plant a tree. Do it with your grandkids. He's always posting pictures of his super cute grandkids. So go plant a tree today. All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for showing up. Every Friday I'll be doing this. Right now it's 2 o'clock, but I may be changing the times because summer's coming in Minnesota and I might be at the lake. Ha ha. What works for you works for me. So post the times you like below in the comments. Thanks, everybody, for showing up.